Meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, ich heiße Sie herzlich willkommen zur diesjährigen Ausgabe des Swiss Banking Services Forum. Es steht unter dem Motto die neue Normalität im Zahlungsverkehr. Neu ist nicht nur das Thema, das wir heute behandeln, sondern neu haben wir uns auch 2, 3 Punkte überlegt, mit welchen wir Sie hier ein bisschen überraschen wollen. Zum einen, das wissen Sie schon, wir führen die Veranstaltung zum ersten Mal online und vor Ort durch. Und es freut mich natürlich, dass sich so viele den Weg hier auf sich genommen haben. Wir hatten 120 Leute hier und 50 Personen zu Hause. Also man spürt, man will wieder unter die Leute kommen und das freut mich, dass das so funktioniert. Die zweite Neuigkeit ist, dass ich hier die Moderation nicht mehr alleine machen werde und ich begrüße deshalb Carla Estermann. Sie wird die Co-Moderation mit mir zusammen machen.
Vielen Dank, Boris. Guten Morgen miteinander. Schön sind Sie hier. Ich freue mich darauf, Sie gemeinsam mit Boris durch den heutigen Tag zu begleiten. Instant Payments, Open Finance und die Quest to Pay. Das sind unsere heutigen 3 Schwerpunkte. Mit unseren Expertinnen und Experten wagen wir einen Blick über die Schweizer Landesgrenzen, werden Vergleiche zu den Aktivitäten in der Schweiz anstellen und gemeinsam auf Visionen eingehen.
Damit Sie sich Ihre Zeit ein bisschen einteilen können, wir werden nach diesen 3 Blöcken jeweils eine Pause machen. Die erste Pause wird kurz vor 11:30 sein, da werden wir die Mittagspause machen. Die ist bewusst auch ein bisschen länger, damit Sie auch das Networking machen können. Dann werden wir um 14 Uhr eine Pause haben nach dem zweiten Block und nach dem letzten Block werden wir den Apro gemeinsam einnehmen können und ich hoffe, dass Sie das rege nutzen werden.
Normalerweise würden wir Sie an dieser Stelle dazu auffordern, Ihre Telefone auszustellen. Nicht so heute. Denn sollten Sie Fragen an unsere Referierenden haben, so können Sie diese jederzeit über unser Fragetool Slido eingeben. Nehmen Sie jetzt gerne Ihre Telefone hervor. Öffnen Sie www.slido.com auf Ihrem Browser und loggen Sie sich mit dem Code #SPSF2022 ein. Oder noch einfacher, Sie scannen einfach den hinter mir eingeblendeten QR-Code. Für unsere Online-Teilnehmer. Sie können Ihre Fragen ganz einfach in der Fragebox unterhalb des Videostreams eintippen. Ausgewählte Fragen werden jeweils am Ende von unseren Referenten beantwortet.
Und falls die Frage aufkommen sollte, ja, wir werden die Veranstaltung aufzeichnen und werden diese Aufzeichnung zur Verfügung stellen und auch die Präsentationen, die heute gezeigt werden, die werden Sie alle auf diesem Link finden.
Nach über 2 Jahren mit Homeoffice und Maske ist es so toll, hier vor Ort zu sein und Gesichter wiederzusehen. An dieser Stelle ist es natürlich Ihnen überlassen, eine Maske zu tragen, sollten Sie sich dabei wohler fühlen.
So, das zum Beginn, zur Einleitung. Und jetzt wollen wir den Anlass offiziell eröffnen. Und es freut mich deshalb, dass ich Jos Dijsselhof hier begrüßen darf. Jos ist der CEO der SIX und he will be just make the introduction and the opening of the event. Please, Jos.
Thank you, Boris. Thank you, Carla. Great to be here. Great to have a session where physically people are together. I can see all of you 3D and not on a flat screen, so it's really good to be here together. But it's also great that we have participants online and that we can find a combination of online and physical meeting here. So let me start by saying it's a pleasure then to welcome you here in the Convention Center and also online to the Swiss Banking Services Forum. We recently actually published a white paper together with the University of St. Gallen that looked into the Swiss payment behavior. How do Swiss people pay? And of course, not a surprise, I think more than 2/3 of the people actually prefer card payment over cash payment. However, we saw also some interesting differences between the different parts of Switzerland and variations in payment preferences across cantons, but even in greater regions. we didn't see much difference between rural and urban areas. So there the behavior is relatively similar. And on average, cardholders in both the German and the French-speaking regions display similar behavior, where the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland has a higher preference for still usage of cash to make payments. You can find all these interesting results on our website and get more details on the results of this study. And I would really encourage you to have a look at that. But what does everybody that makes payments in Switzerland actually really need? Right. Everybody needs a stable, reliable, smooth payments infrastructure. A way to pay that is always there, that always works and is available in an easy way. And our role at SIX is to operate, to develop and to digitalize the businesses of both private and corporate payments industry in the Swiss Financial Center, and to make sure that we provide a stable and reliable infrastructure to do so. And given this, the infrastructure for interbank payments, as well as debit cards, open banking, all the services that we provide are extremely important for the functioning of the Swiss economy and for making payments. And we do this across 4 ecosystems in our banking services unit. And actually, if you allow me to do a short introduction, I know Dieter Goerten, where are you? Hi Dieter. Dieter is sitting in the back there. Dieter is the head of our banking services business. He took the helm, 2 months ago or a month ago? I don't know exactly anymore, quite recently. So if you have any questions about our 4 ecosystems and the way we run banking services, then he's the man. And I know, Dieter, you will be coming on stage later to do some summary at the end of the session. But I thought I'd use the opportunity to introduce you to the audience. If we then go back to payments, digitalization, demographic changes, increased connectivity of systems, open banking, cross connections between traditional world, new worlds, all these trends are there and they are greatly affecting the payments industry. And our payment behavior is also constantly changing. Also for myself, I made a trip recently and then you think, okay, do I use my credit card or my debit card to pay, or do I use Revolut, or do I use this banking system, or do I use cash? So based on the availability of different services, you make choices, and the landscape is changing continuously. And we need to also make sure that our existing platforms are changing and that we invest in new innovations. And let me give you some examples. I think first of all, and this is a big theme for today also, instant payments. Instant payments is really where the payments are really end-to-end processed. 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The amount that is being transmitted leaves the account and gets credited to the receiving account within a couple of seconds. So no pre-information of a booking that will happen in the future. No, everything happens real time, within seconds. Money leaves the payee account and ends up at the recipient of the money. And in Switzerland we are a little bit behind, and we hear today that in some other countries this is more advanced already. But in Switzerland from 2024 instant payments will be processed through our central system, the Swiss Interbank Clearing System, SIC. So we move from what we currently internally call SIC4 to SIC5, an evolution of our central interbank clearing system. That's operated by SIX actually on behalf of the National Bank. In most countries, as you know, the National Bank operates itself, but we do it here on behalf of the National Bank. SIC currently processes transactions in 0.2 seconds, and that means really real time. So before you switch apps or look at or check your bank account, the money will be there. The advantages of instant payments for customers are obvious and include business hours, extension of making payments. You can buy and sell goods almost any time, not almost any time. Pays will immediately be credited, and the money owed by the recipients will be immediately available for further transactions. And of course it also takes out risk, because there is no credit risk for 2 days or for 1 day. It actually happens all real time. And of course this is highly automated and should actually happen at a high level of efficiency. I think in many countries instant payment is the norm, and if you want something different you have to intervene as a customer, but otherwise things go instant really almost for all the payments. Second example I would like to mention is open banking. Open banking brings together banks and fintechs, so connects two worlds, enables the co-creation of new customer solutions, and platforms like B-Link from SIX ensure that collaboration and data flow can take place securely and efficiently and with rules and regulations around it. With the consent of bank customers, banks can share data with fintechs or other third parties so that new services can be provided to the customers. And based on this, these new value-added services will emerge and are emerging already very rapidly. For example, an app where you can see how much carbon footprint you're actually leaving behind with all your payment activities and with your payment behavior, and that you even get suggestions on how to make payments in a way that has a lower footprint in terms of carbon to our world. So this will really be an opportunity to provide more services and deeper services to our customers. And these are just some examples of value-added services that we can provide and innovations that we can drive. And these are all offering new opportunities for banks to develop their relationship with their customers more, but also new opportunities for us as an infrastructure provider to provide you with an improved infrastructure to make that happen. And speaking of opportunities, we could drive innovation, try to drive innovation forward ourselves, but of course nothing will happen without you. So you, the key players in the finance industry, the key players in the payments industry are extremely important to us to help us drive innovation through collaboration, through your input, through sessions like today, where we get your views on what is needed and what we should be driving as SIX. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for the discussions and the collaborations we are already having. And I'm looking forward to a very exciting day because I know you have a very exciting program. And thank you very much.